Hi there. So, we're going to do Nadi Shodhana, the balancing breath. So, my teacher, when I was first taught this technique, suggested that doing this for 5 to 10 minutes a day on a regular basis would change your life. And I don't think that was intended as hyperbole, and my experience and that of anybody else I know who's tried this and done it consistently is that there is some reality to the potential transformation that can take place. And sometimes it's subtle, and sometimes it isn't even really noticed right away. But over time, it's like you wake up one morning and suddenly realize that something's shifted. And it may be in terms of your perspective or your attitude or just in terms of how you respond to yourself or to the world. But the change is real, and it's certainly distinct, and hard to just, suggest that it's attributable to whatever. So it's something that I've worked with for years. And I teach to a lot of people who are interested at all. And sometimes the results that I've heard that have been reported to me are in fact profound. So let's see how it goes. So this is an alternate nostril technique, which is typically in the tradition done with the right hand. So you use the right thumb to close the right nostril, the right ring finger to close the left nostril. And if you want to be really fancy about it, there's a hand mudra, it's called M-U-D-R-A, which is to take the first and second fingers, fold them into the meat of the thumb, and expose a thumb, a ring finger, and a pinky finger. And then we go back and forth like this. But for some people, this it isn't interesting, or it cramps their fingers or their hands or something. So it isn't necessary to do that. It's sort of an add-on. So the real key to Nadi Shodhana, or any of these breathing practices for that matter, is to pay attention. So if the mind is focused on what the breath is doing, then mission accomplished. And this is a process of meditation. So these meditative processes that include the body and include the breath, because we're using hands to manipulate the body, and of course that manipulates the breath. These are the techniques that really affect energy on multiple of levels according to the yogic tradition. So let's do some and see how it goes. So if you just take a nice full inhale in place and a complete exhale, and close the right nostril with the thumb and inhale through the left. And then switch. Inhale through the right. And switch. That's a round. Inhale left. And switch. And switch. Close your eyes and continue. Couple more rounds. Then relax your hand at your side and just notice what you feel. So some people will report feeling a lightness or a spaciousness in their head. Sometimes even like almost a change in temperature in your head or even in your body. And a lot of people will say that they feel a little sedated or calmed. So it can take a while to sort of grasp the technique and make it natural and almost rote to do the technique. And then there are some refinements we'll work on later, but for the moment, focus first on getting the technique and then on bringing your mind to rest on both the smoothness and the length of inhale and exhale. That's the idea. So the inhale and exhale should be relatively equal, although counting at this point is probably not necessary and may even be a distraction. And if you have one or both nostrils that are, just not fully functioning, there's one suggestion that can work as a modification, and I use it because my left nostril is actually smaller than my right. So when I'm closing my right nostril with my thumb, I actually take a little bit of the skin just on the cheek to the inside of my nostril and press it out. Not hard, but just creating a little space there, and that seems to sort of open up that nostril. At least it does for me. If this doesn't work for you at all with, physically kind of negotiating the nostrils, then mental Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing, is almost as effective. And so when we're doing it mentally, it's just done like this. You just take a full inhale in place. And a complete exhale, close your eyes. And then imagine you're inhaling just through the left nostril and exhaling through the right. And inhaling right and exhaling left. And that's around. So that's a little bit of sort of mental gymnastics which can sort of help engage the mind. And so either one works, and some people just get tired of holding their hand up, or again, if your nose just today or in general doesn't accommodate it, it's a good way to still do the technique without having to do all of the physical gymnastics. So that's it. We'll talk more later with some additions to the technique, and after you get the hang of it for a while. So as to the prescription, 5 to 10 minutes is good as long as you don't get lightheaded. You can do it lying down, you can do it sitting up. Probably not good to try when you're driving or even standing, because lightheadedness is a common side effect, especially at first. And I have clients who do it 3 times a day, almost without fail, morning, noon, and night. You can do it any time of the day, because it sort of balances energies between the active and the passive energy. It shouldn't impact sleeping, nor should it make you drowsy during the day, and it might even feel a little bit enlivening. So give it a try, see how it goes, and we'll talk later.